Hi, friends. So, in this week's programming, we're going to start introducing a little bit more pulling. The extent of our pulling thus far has been kind of bent over rows, bent over flies, but I know a couple of you have gotten your hands on some rings. Some of you have TRXs. Some of you have pull-up bars. So I want to start incorporating a little bit more pulling to the Tuesday and Thursday programming. So I thought I would hit you up in today's Monday check-in with some options if you don't have all of that amazing equipment to use. So the first thing that we're going to talk about today is doing an inverted row with a table, a desk, if you have like a high side table, something that you can get under. Now listen, I have to be explicit here because I want you to use your common sense. Find something stable, practice on it. Don't have the first rep you ever do be the first rep in class, okay? So I'm using my kitchen table that I've brought out to my living room, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get underneath it. Now, this is just like a little 4-person table, so the size of the table that you have is going to determine how you grip the table, right? So again, play with it. You can have your hands on the outside, you can have them on the inside. Lots of different pulling grip options. Some simulate a little bit higher muscle, some a little bit lower, some a little bit more arms. That's okay. Find what feels stable and safe on the piece of equipment that you're going to use. So I'm going to be putting my hands on the outside of the table. Go ahead and slide your body under whatever piece of equipment that you're going to use. And now, I don't know if you just saw that, but if I put a lot of weight on the top of the table is so lightweight. This is like a IKEA table, right? It's not stable. So I'm gonna find my hands on the outside here, and I'm gonna make sure my body's really underneath the table. So what you would do is pull your shoulder blades down your back, abs in tight. You could push your heels into the ground just a little bit. My knees are bent with my feet are on the ground. You can't see that, I know. But I'm going to use a little bit of my low body to help pull myself up to the table and then slowly come back down. Okay? So the way you can make that slight bit harder is extend one leg out, right? So my knees are bent, my feet are on the ground, but I want to make that a little bit harder. I'm going to just extend one leg out on the ground, okay? And you can even hover that leg if you wanted to. But you're going to pull your shoulder blades down, abs in, brace, and then come up. You can even hold at the top and then go down as slow as you can, okay? So that's an inverted row with a table. So if you're interested in moving the needle towards pulling strength, go ahead and look around your house and see if you have an option for a table, a desk, something like that. So, option number 1. If you don't have a table that you feel safe using, let's talk about if you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, okay? So this could be something that is a little bit heavier. Dumbbell, kettlebell, something that feels like you can do one side, like I said last week, 8 to 10 to 12 of them, right? So what you're going to do is dumbbell or kettlebell, whichever hand is going to be doing the pulling, that leg is kickstand back. And I want you to think about putting all of your body weight over top of your opposite foot and coming down into your hinge pattern. Now from here, my shoulders are pulled down, my ribs are down, my belly's pulled in nice and tight, and I'm going to pull up and then come down. I want you to notice that when I pulled up, I did not pull with my wrist close to my armpit, right? I don't want this to turn into some sort of weird rowing bicep curl. I want you to pull up, and we're working on pulling from all of these muscles back behind the armpit through the shoulder blade. Now, if you pull so far, right, and this goes with ring rows too. So if you're doing ring rows or TRX rows, listen up here. If you pull so far that your shoulder head goes forward, that's not going to be engaging those middle traps, rhomboids, middle back, kind of bra strap in which we want, right? So focus on that pull and then squeeze the shoulder blades together, but don't dump the elbow so far behind you, okay? So single leg option or single weight and single leg option would be bent over rows, okay? Down and up. If you don't have a single heavy weight, say, and you're working with something that feels a little bit more kind of like light to moderate, 5s, 8s, something like that, then you can do 2 at a time, bent over in the same position and pulling up and down. The big thing here is that as you find yourself into your hinged position, your butt cheek squeeze, your abs are pulled in tight, otherwise you're going to bear the load in your low back, right? And we do not want that, okay? So that is 2-hand bent over rows. Same thing about that form and technique that I just talked about with the pulling with the single arm goes for double arms too. Now, if you don't have weights to use, but you do have a band to use, right? You could also do your bent over rows with your band. What I would do there is I would step on it, and you probably need to step on it so that you're taking a lot of tension out of the band. So I'm really getting a lot of that band between my feet, and you are going to bend over and then find the tension that you need. I'm not even going to hold on to my handles here, and pull back, squeeze, and come back down. So that's working that same mid-back. If for whatever reason the bent over position doesn't work for you, come upright and you can do band pull-aparts, okay? Find what works for the equipment that you have and your body. I'm going to be sort of giving you open range to find the rep range that works for you. So I'm going to allow you to figure out how many reps to do. Again, like I said in my email last Monday, it should feel difficult towards the end. It should feel like you are starting to fatigue. You're not going to failure, and you're definitely not letting your form go out the window. So if you have any questions about any of those moves, not sure what's right for your body, have trouble when we use them in class, hit me up with an email or a text. I got my phone back. And I'll see you guys this week. Bye.